dysfunction. Okay? One of the main acupoints to treat digestive dysfunction is located if you find that bump on the knee and you move over 2 inches and down about 1.5 inches, you fall into a hole. That hole is on the upper part of the anterior tibialis muscle. And you can feel it's kind of achy when you push on it. That's one of the most used points in acupuncture and shiatsu and these types of traditions. This point, the name of it in Chinese is Zusan Li, meaning leg 3 miles. And there is a little bit of a folklore around this point that goes like this. During the building of the Great Wall of China, when the slaves who were building the wall were so exhausted from carrying all the brick and mortar, they would moxa this point and it would allow them to go 3 more miles. That's why it's called leg 3 miles. If you look at the location of this point as well, is in the digestive image. In other words, if you were to superimpose an image of her body from here to here on the leg, where this is the head, this is the neck, this is the shoulders, where would this be? The stomach, the digestive region, which is why this point is so powerful. In Oriental medicine, there's a tremendous use of imagery, flipping the images, as it were. This point also aids digestion. If you have any type of digestive problem, like irritable bowel syndrome, like nausea, vomiting, or any one of those types of things, locating this point, massaging it, and or using moxa to treat this point is a very important thing to learn, even in your personal lives. If you find that you have some kind of digestive problem, you moxa this point. Now what I'm holding in my hand here is a stick of moxa. Moxa, also known as Artemesia vulgaris, is in the hemp family. In other words, it's in the marijuana family. It's a form of Artemesia. And so is marijuana for that matter. Okay? This particular one is not a pure herb. It's mixed with charcoal. It burns very hot because what you're doing there is using radiant heat to penetrate the acupuncture point. This acupuncture point also treats certain blood deficiencies. Like if you have problems with blood count, or don't have enough hemoglobin in your blood, the heme molecule, which is iron, and what have you, this point will correct that. So any digestive problem, and I mean any, irritable bowels, like I said, slow motility. Some people, they have slow, you know what motility is, right? Mm-hmm. You guys? Motility, basically, in the intestines, you have this little cilia in the mucosa, right? Mm-hmm. And it only waves in one direction. And it's what pushes, literally, your poop in one direction so that it exits your body. When the cilia isn't working, you become constipated. You understand? Mm-hmm. So that's what motility is. Treating this point increases motility. If you have diarrhea, which is the other part of it, this will help to correct it. So you see, it's known as a universal point. If you have low energy, you're feeling kind of like wiped out, moxa at that point and see what happens. Okay? So you light this charcoal and Artemesia stick. It takes a minute. And they say this is smokeless moxa, but you can definitely smell the Artemesia. For you hippies, it will give you contact.
Should it be done on both sides, sir?
Yes, it should be done both sides. So the way you apply this is that you heat the point until she can't stand it anymore, and then you go to the next side.
What if that's very quickly, sir?
Huh? What's that?
What if it's very quickly?
That's fine. So everybody has a different tolerance, right? You can test it on yourself. See how long it takes to heat up?
Are they reusable?
Oh, absolutely.
You can use them for a while.
This will last a while. You smell it?
Yeah. Smells like weed.
Smells like weed.
Church is going to love this.
Okay. And the way you do it, you feel that? Is to do it this way. Tell me when you can't stand it anymore. You can feel the heat radiating, right? Okay.
So you're doing it as almost like you're dabbing.
Yeah, it's like, so it has this,
Yeah.
this radiating effect to do it that way. Okay, so it reaches tolerance, and then you go to the next leg and you do it, and you go to, so you may need to do this about 6 or 7 times, each bilaterally, and then that's it. Okay? And that's how you use moxa. Now, there's other forms of moxa. It comes as a wool.
The wool.
And maybe next time I'll demonstrate how to use that wool. In case you encounter the wool or you have it, you know how to use it. So you can use it 2 different ways. You can do what's called
Cup.
no. You can use a slice of ginger, and that's what they put. It's a slice of ginger and a cone of Artemesia or moxa on top of it, and you ignite it and let it burn.
And the ginger protects the skin.
Exactly. Or you do rice moxa. Like you make the moxa into little rice pellets, and you use a stick of incense, and you light it, and it's like it burns really fast. It's like that is like it's like a needle. It's like a zap of heat, and you do anywhere from depending 8 to 12 rice moxa they call that. It's about the size of a grain of rice. And there is this cream known as Shionko cream that you put a little bit on there, and it's quick. You really have to be present and pay attention as a practitioner if you choose to use that. Okay? Then again, certain companies produces moxa that comes with a sticky back on it. You can get that from any acupuncture supply house, where you put it on and you light it and you just let it burn, and the skin is protected. It's a lot of practitioners use that because it's very effective in the clinic. It doesn't create a big mess. It doesn't take forever to light, that sort of thing.
Would you just use one of those then? One of those self-adhesive ones?
Yeah, well,
Right.
the adhesive ones, you can do it anywhere from 3 to 6 times.
Gotcha.
Okay? And moxa works well for certain conditions as opposed to others. But for the ones that I talked about here, moxa this is one of the main points that gets moxa.
Okay.
Okay? Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.